Hello, this is Edwin from Think to Win, and I'm here with the regional qualifier report of the qualifier on 1st of June in Germany, in Düsseldorf. It was held in the Mage Store, and I will be just telling about how the day went, what the matchups are, and what I thought were the best matchups we had. And, well, first of all, before we even went to the tournament, I had 3 hours of sleep, and my other teammate had 1 hour and a half, and the other one was sick as hell. So I guess the day started out pretty bad, especially since we had to wake up like 5 a.m. to get to the train, and it took like 3 hours to get there. So that was kind of bad, and we got there too early as well. And yeah, the shop wasn't even open when we got there, but we had to take that train because if we didn't take that train, we would be way too late. So I guess it's okay. Um, yeah, the deck I was using was Tsukiyomi Oracles. I'll put up the link to the deck list up below in the description. Yeah, and on all the people hating on this deck has won me so many matches. That regional, that was pretty sick. But yeah, yeah. Before we went there in the train, me and my teammate made a whole binder full of SPs. We had like all the Crossrides SP, 2 Phantom Blaster Dragon SP. We had even had Blaster Blade SP, Wingo Brave SP, like all the expensive SPs. Put them all in one binder, and we just tried to sell them because we wanted. At least I wanted to sell them because I needed the money in case we got second place and didn't get first place. So I was like, well, yeah, why not? And we ended up selling 2 Phantom Blaster Dragon SPs and my Overlord the End SP, which was really nice. I also put up some nice trades, and yeah, that's what happened before the tournament. Yeah, and then we started slowly getting up in the matchups. I also noticed it was that we got an external judge. It wasn't the judge from the store himself. It was like somewhere. I think he sent by Busherud. I wasn't sure. I really didn't ask him, but he wasn't that good in German. So I guess he is some kind of international European judge for Qualifier. I'm not sure if it's official or how he got there, but he was okay. Like, you could ask him anything if something was wrong. If it was fine. He was a nice guy as well. So yeah, and we also got the deck box. It's just a simple one that you can fold, like the World Championship one. So yeah, it's a nice addition, I guess. I'd rather have a playmat, so, but yeah. Anyway, after all the trades and the tournaments finally started, our first match was against Blissful Brilliance. I think it was a Spanish team. There was actually 2 Spanish teams, and 3 Dutch teams. Like, I was one of the Dutch teams. Yeah, the Spanish guys, like, let's say the first seed got great stuck. That was my teammate playing him, so he super routed into Azel and he won. So yeah, that was the game. I was playing against Kagero Lawkeeper. It was actually a decent deck, but the thing what happened was I didn't have my Raichen in my hand, and then suddenly I top decked all of them in the top 5 check. So I got like a +5 in total, and he was like, he didn't stand a chance because we both didn't get any triggers. Like, it was a triggerless match, so I just ended up winning because I had the hand advantage. So that was kind of a lame match. The second match, I top decked my right chain again, because that's what was happening during the whole day. And my opponent was playing Overlord the End, and he ended up getting great stuck at bar. Yeah, so yeah. But the thing was that he was only rage stuck for like 1 turn, and he ended up running into Overlord the End cross-ridden as well. So it was a nice match, but in the end, I outplayed him by getting my hand advantage because he was great stuck. So yeah, I ended up winning by blocking Overlord the End and guarding accordingly, and then he lost. He didn't get that many triggers as well. I didn't as well. So yeah, this was a triggerless match again. I also have to say that I thought he was a pretty good player because he blocked accordingly when he was great stuck, and he knew what to get, and he still got the cross-ridden effect. Oh, he still cross-ride. So he was pretty good. I think he was one of the better players out there. Yeah. And I'll also talk about the finals later on. But the third match, I was up against Great Nature, and it was the other Spanish team. Yeah, I think their first seed was Dark Irregulars, and the second, I wasn't even sure what it was, but I think that I was playing against Great Nature, and yeah, he was Great Stuck at 1, because I critted him, and he got 2 Great 2s in the damage check. So yeah, that was pretty much game in the end. I had the whole right chain again, and then he had the hand advantage and everything, so he couldn't do much. So that was pretty much the end of that game. My other teammates, yeah, like the second seed wasn't doing that well. He got outsacked by double critical, and the first seed won by pure hand advantage for gold paladins, because yeah, why not? Third match, oh, that was the third match. I mean, the fourth match, we were playing against, I wasn't sure what their name was, but I forgot pretty much all of the names of the teams. I should have bring back the roster, but yeah, he threw them all away, so I couldn't really. I should have asked for them so I could remember the team names. Only remember Fernau's team, like the European champions team, and the Spanish guys team, Blissful Billions, because we ended up fighting them twice. But in the fourth match, I'm playing against a team with I think he had Phantom Blast Overlord, Disclord Blaster, and Narukami. I was playing Narukami. Yeah, the guy had, like, he guarded good, but what happened was that I had, at one moment, when I rode go grade 3, I had double Silent Tom with the great ones Tsukiyomi behind them. And he couldn't block because, like, first thing, he had all triggers in his hand, and the second thing, he rode the Jin instead of Vermilion because he didn't have Vermilion in his hand. So what happened was that my Toms got hit for good numbers, and he couldn't block. So I just won when it was my second grade 3 turn, and yeah, he couldn't do much. That was my fourth round. The fifth round, I was playing against Blissful Brilliance again. Love those guys because they're like, they were very friendly, and I respect the guys for going from Spain just to play for Vanguard. Like, it took us 3 hours to get there. I wouldn't even know how much time it took for them to come over there. Yeah, but they got, I think the nervousity of them got the best of them because they seemed kind of nervous, and they may start shaking their hands a bit, and I don't know, they let's say they had a decent chance of us winning against us, but in the end I think their nervousity got the best of them. So yeah, they lost in the end, but yeah, I think they had a decent chance of winning as well because they knew how to play, but just, I think there was a lot of stake out there. Like, one of our teammates also got nervous, but I grabbed 4 perfect shields in my hand for some random reason, and with 8 cards in my hand, I could easily block all of his attacks. So I guess my opponent had bad luck playing against me. The 6th round, yeah, it was against Team Celestial, or Christopher Fernau's team, or some call it, or like we like to call it, Team Celestial Sack, because we got outsacked so hard of the game. Like, the first thing what happened was the dice roll. We rolled the dice, and all of them got 6, and we got like either 1 or 2. It was really bad, so they all started. That was the first thing that happened. Second thing what happened was the first seed was Great Stuck. Second seed, he had to ride Alfred, and he didn't have any units, so he just used Alfred's Counterblast to get some boosters or attackers, I don't know. And I was Great Stuck as well, but I ended up top decking a Grade 3 Tsukiyomi, but I didn't have the right chain, so I ended up having a 9k Vanguard. Thing what happened is, the reason I lost wasn't because of the 9k Vanguard, it was because I used Tsukiyomi's effect and got double crit. That was kind of bad, because if I had that drive check, I would have won, or yeah, also he healed once, so if he didn't heal that one trigger, he didn't get that one heal trigger, I would have won as well. What I also noticed was that for some reason their whole team was getting double trigger the whole time, and I only got like 3 heals and 1 random critical, somewhere like 4 triggers, and they got more triggers in 2 drive checks than more triggers in 3 drive checks than I did in all of them. So I guess they were sacking like hell. Especially the second seed, Christopher Fernau, he got healed 3 times. And if he didn't heal 3 times, he would have lost against Alfred beatdown, because my friend was playing Alfred as main Vanguard at that moment because he didn't have Majesty Lord Blaster. Yeah, I guess we had a lot of bad luck in the first seed. I was playing Aqua Force and he got double stand while he was playing playing Gold Paladin, so I guess that was really bad luck. Especially since he was Grey Stuck, so he had to block a lot in the beginning. Like, I'll tell you what happened. Like, this was what's happening, that he had Gareth on the field, and he drove Sec a Bowmains on his grade 2 attack, but he was grade Sec, so he was protecting his Gareth for his life, and for some reason the opponent was attacking Gareth with his Vanguard just to keep him grade stuck, so he had to block all his hand just to keep the Gareth there. In the end, he still top decked an Azel, so he wasted all of his shield, and then yeah, he wouldn't Superior Ride anymore. So yeah, just rode Azel, and just meh. It wasn't like, all of our final matches were bad. We got out-sacked so hard. We had shitty hands. We couldn't get through their sack. We didn't sack ourselves at all. But I guess it's okay, since I sacked through the whole tournament for some random reason with this deck. Even though this deck is supposed to be about getting to your stack, I reached my stack 0 times. That was pretty strange as well. But I guess from other teammates, they had to work a lot around their hands because they were pretty bad throughout the tournament. But my hands were pretty decent. Guess, or not my hands, even my top 5 checks. So I guess you can say it's okay. Yeah, so we ended up losing the final match because we got sacked out of the game so hard. Yeah, in the end, like, I don't know. We wanted to get the first place just to get the free trip, but it's okay because we still qualified, especially since we were not nervous, but we wanted we had bad thoughts about the 5th round against the second time against the Spanish team, the Brilliance. We weren't sure what would happen, and maybe they would get shitloads of triggers. I don't know, but in the end we still won, even though it was like, I think the last match against them, the second match, the 5th round and top 4, they we were playing pretty equal, but in the end I guess they got a bit of nervous, so maybe they made some mistakes. My opponent didn't make that much mistakes. I guess he played it out pretty well, but yeah. So now I'm gonna talk about my thoughts afterwards, like, what do you think what happened? And like, okay, well, first thing first, I sacked throughout the tournament, so yeah, I'm not gonna say that I had the best plays ever. I even made some mistakes on some of the games, like I forgot to use CEO Amaterasu's Soul Charge effect, even though it's a mandatory, but that was because I didn't have that much sleep in the first place. Because it was in one of the later rounds, I think it was the 4th round. I got a bit tired, so I had to drink something sweet, and then I was some sugar in it, and then I woke up immediately, so that was okay. Yeah, it's just I sacked, but my other teammates, they had a bit of trouble playing, but it was okay, I guess. Especially since we won the first 2 rounds 3-0, and the 3rd one and the 4th one we won 2-1, and I think the 5th one against Blissful Brilliance we won 3-0 again. Yeah, so we, like, getting to the top 4 was easy, and winning the top 4 was easy, but I guess our luck ran out when we had to face Fernau. Yeah, but in the end, though, I don't think Fernau's team was the best team out there. I think either the Blissful Brilliance or the team we fought in the 4th round, because they guarded accordingly. Like they would play like I would play, and we noticed them like not making that many mistakes. Like Blissful Brilliance in the end maybe was a bit nervous. I don't know if they made any mistakes, like my opponent didn't, but like the thing about I liked about the Spanish team was like we beat them the first round, so it meant that they had to go up all the way from the last table to the first table again, and they actually made it to top 4. That means that they have, even if I didn't watch any of their matches, they have to at least know how to play around things. While when I was playing against Fernau, the only thing what happened was double trigger all the time, so we didn't really get to see whether he was that good, and even saw some mistakes, but I don't know, maybe he was tired, I don't know. It's strange. You can't judge people in the final match anyway, so I wasn't really watching his matches, but in the end, I think the better players were the players who guarded accordingly during either their grade stuck or their playing against me with Tsukiyomi, because you never know when I never count my cards when I reach my stack. So yeah, they guarded accordingly, kept perfect guarding me whenever I supposedly could reach my stack or were close to it. So I guess those were the better players out there, but the last match, the final match, was just so bad that I couldn't really judge what happened. In the end, though, we're going to England. Hope to see any of you guys there. If you like us, please subscribe, and also, yeah, I might do a deck profile today again, but I'm not sure. I'll see. I got completed my Musketeer deck, so I'll do a deck profile of that later on, but I'm not sure if I can do it today. Yeah, so this is pretty much the end of the video. So yeah, also remember, guys, play Tsukuyomi, get the top 5 check. It's a very good deck. It's not as bad as people think. Like I see people bandwagoning DotE all the way in America, but in Europe over here, this deck does it better than Overlord. And I won so many matches with this deck. So just stop hating on this deck. It might not be the best deck out there, but it stands a chance. Let's say it stands a chance. It doesn't mean that it's the most consistent deck out there because of the right chain, but it's okay. So see you guys later at the next video. If you like us, please subscribe, and I'll be doing a report on the Continental one as well. It will be like 2 or 3 days later because we're staying for the whole weekend, but because of the traveling and like we don't want to go immediately afterwards the tournament. So see you guys later at the next video, and if you guys have any questions, please ask them in the comments below, and I will do them. Like maybe I'll do a better report of stuff during the tournament. So see you guys later at the next video. Bye.